I'm Joe Hurlbut. I was tight end and defensive end on 2009 Cardinals. A little bit about our team. We started off the year playing Sauk Rapids. Kind of a tough game. We came out with a loss right away, and we had to rebound off that right away. I know we were kind of disappointed, as every team you want to go undefeated right away, but we were able to bounce back from that, and we started winning a few games after that. We played a game against Moorhead and won, Apollo, Brainerd Bemidji and Ricori, and that got us led up to the Brainerd game. And of course, in Alec, the Brainerd game is something big. You know, you want to come out big. You want to win that game, and especially it was big because this was the last time we were going to play them with conferences. The conference, they switch games every couple of years, so you switch who you're playing. And we had played Brainerd the last few years. This is the last time we'd play them for about 2 years. And I remember Empting telling us, all right, we need to send them off with a sour note here and make sure they remember the last time they played Alec until the next time. And so I remember talking about that, and you know, everybody talking about this is Brainerd week, we're going to get ready to go and we're going to pop them in the mouth.
Here comes the kickoff. A little pooch kick's going to go down and out of bounds at the 30-yard line on the far side of the field.
So first quarter, I remember coming out and we came out a little flat. I remember the first kickoff they went their first drive and they walked it right down and they scored right off the bat, and kind of a disappointing start. Obviously, after all the hype, you want to come out and you really want to get going right away. And as soon as they kicked off for the next drive for us to receive the ball, we fumbled it. And so they got the ball with short field, and we had to come up with a big stop to be able to keep the score low.
And the quarterback, Merrimack, hands off straight ahead. Big hole right up the middle, 9 yards for the running back. They make the quarterback in the shotgun, and he keeps the ball, spins to the right. He's through the line. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Mimic is going to go all the way to the touchdown. He faked to the first man, broke the right side, and as he was past the line of scrimmage, he was wide open. There was nobody back there, and he goes 49 yards for a TD. Now the kickoff's going to come down to the Cardinals at the 8-yard line, and back up the middle of the field, coming up and across the 25. The ball's on the ground, and Brainerd recovers it.
So overall, one of the main things I remember from that night is it started out, it was a nice, cool October night, you know, great football weather, and so, you know, perfect setting for Brainerd. And as we got into it, they had scored that first score, and it was time we started coming back. And so
Bickstrom comes wide to the left side, double wing for the Cardinals, shotgun for Erickson, and he has split wide out to the right side. Erickson running this time to the left side, cuts it back to the inside. He's got first down and more. He breaks it free. He's to the 50, the 45. It's a foot race. 40, 30, 25. A man coming up from behind him brings him down at the 10-yard line of Brainerd. Colin Erickson goes from his own 22 to the 10. Cardinals come in a split D, and they hand off to the second man coming left. Peterson, he's down inside. Touchdown!
No,
Jorger on the touchdown. And they send Bickstrom wide to the right side. Coming to this side is Whiting, and a double wing. Erickson in the shotgun, a man in motion to this side, and the ball handed off back to the other side to Giroux, and that loses 3 yards back to the 45-yard line.
Wow.
And Brainerd did not fall for the reverse whatsoever. That's the end of the first quarter. Score 7-7. We'll come back with the second quarter in 30 seconds.
As we moved into the second quarter, we finally got up. We were winning, and then things got a little dicey as we started moving forward. First of all, the weather wasn't quite cooperating as much anymore. It started to get wet, even was flurrying a little bit, and we started to get some snow. And it seemed like everything broke loose from there, where we first of all, they got the ball back, and they went down and scored, and their quarterback kept doing almost a draw play, and we kept biting on the running back each time, and he had a heck of a fake that he had going right there, and they were able to go down, and he scored on that the first time, and then when they went to kick off, they kicked it way up in the air, and that weather kind of took over on us, and it got caught up in that wind, and it came and it dropped right between all of us, and it almost ended up being kind of a fluke onside kick, and they were able to recover it, and they scored again before the half. And so as we went in half, we went from winning, just a few minutes ago, to we were down 21-20 going into half.
Erickson, he has the wind behind him. Fakes the handoff to Peterson. Now he's going to throw it deep on the left side, looking for Whiting. Whiting's got it at the 45 of Brainerd, to the 40, 35, and then he's knocked down at the Brainerd 35-yard line. Has a man in motion. Whiting going to the left side. And the ball handed off on a counter play coming to this side. Peterson, he's got some room. He's inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and down at about the 8-yard line. Nice. In motion is Parker Giroux. Now passing, caught down inside the 5 and pushed out of bounds. Nobody in motion. Turns, hands off to the second man coming to the right. Touchdown for Jurger.
No,
Giroux.
Drew.
Giroux with the touchdown. Here we go. Cardinals come with 2 left, 1 right. 2 backs with Erickson in the backfield. Now in motion is Peterson to the left side. And Erickson wants to throw the ball. Looking upfield, the rush is on, but he gets it away. It's downfield. He's got a man. It's caught by Thompson. Thompson's going to go. Touchdown! Oh, Erickson hit Thompson on the fly down the left side, and the Cardinals lead it 20-7. No flags. Is Crocker to the right. Hayes keeps it again, or Mimic keeps it again after the fake to the running back. He breaks tackles. He's down inside the 10 to about the 5-6 yard line.
Whoa, what an effort right there. I thought he was down there about 2 or 3 times there, and he just kept right on going there.
So somewhere in the 1 or 2 yard line. Here comes Brainerd again, the same lineup. I-backs with an offset back to the right. The ball handed off to Mame, and Mame is hit in the backfield, but he plows ahead close to the goal line, but not in. And it's going to be 4th down. Come back with a quick pass or something for a touchdown. They come to the line of scrimmage with I-backs and an offset back, and the quarterback, Mimic, takes it in for a touchdown. Just pulled the snap, took 1 step to the right, went in for a touchdown with 37 seconds to go here in the first half. 76 yards, 13 plays for the touchdown. They'll try the extra point. Kicking for the Warriors is Thomas Olson, and the kick is up, and it is good. And it is a 20-14 lead now for the Cardinals. We'll come back with a kickoff in 30 seconds. So here comes the kickoff, and it bounces around. Brainerd picks it up at the 35-yard line.
Onside kick. He kicked that thing up in the air, and it bounced right back to the Brainerd guy.
And the Warriors take time out, of course. Mimic drops the throw. Going to throw it out on the right side. Got a man out there, and it's caught at about the 2-yard line.
Ooh. Clock was 6.4
Crocker.
seconds.
Brainerd comes up with a quarterback, Mimic, going under center. Has I-backs with a back offset to the right. Ball, kept by Mimic. Throws it in the end zone, and it is touchdown. And Brainerd has scored with 1.7 seconds on the clock.
As we got into that second half, the main things I remember is the weather got even worse, and so I remember looking up at the lights and just a white blur going across, and I started out the night wearing sleeves or no sleeves, and so as the night went on I started to feel that cold a little bit more, and sliding you could feel the snow, and it seemed to intensify things, and especially as we started getting going, it started going back and forth. We'd score, they would score, and it just kept building up.
Mimic rolling to his right side, going to throw it upfield. He's got a man, Crocker. Crocker's inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Back offset to the right, the ball given to the tailback, coming to the right, touchdown. Maine goes in untouched, 8 yards for a touchdown. 7:50 to play here in the third quarter, and the Cardinals now down by 8. Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice,
now we got a nice run over on the right side. Breaking it free up the right side is Peterson. He's to the Brainerd 25-yard line. This side. And it's handed off to Giroux going to the right side. He's got some room. He's going to get down inside the 10, down the 5, very close to the goal line before he's brought down on a nice reverse. First to Peterson, then handoff back to Giroux going to the ball handed off to the right side. by the Cardinals into the end zone. Touchdown for the Cardinals. And it's taken into the end zone by Parker Giroux. Yes, for the touchdown. And they line up in the T. Erickson goes under center. Erickson turns, gives the ball to the right and back to the left. 2-point conversion is good by Jorger. Mike Jorger with the 2-point conversion, and now we are tied at 28. 5:04 to go in the third quarter. Mimic rolling to the left, looking to throw it upfield. And this one is picked off by the Cardinals. Number 4, Tyler Iverson at the Cardinal 48-yard line. Is Peterson. And Peterson takes the handoff to the right side. Now cuts it back upfield. He's got the running room. He's across the 40, the 35, 30, 25. He carries Brainerd down inside to the 25 to the 22, 23-yard line.
At the beginning of the fourth quarter, it ended up that we were tied 28-28. We were really grinding it out, and it got to the point where we drove down. We got the ball, and we were driving down. We came up just a little bit short, and it ended up being a fourth down. Well, we decided to kick a field goal, which was pretty risky considering the weather conditions, and there's about a 35-yard field goal somewhere in there, and Nick Schmidt was the kicker, and we were able to snap it back and kick it, and that put us up 31-28.
That would make it about a 32-yard field goal try for Nick Schmidt. So we get it set up, and who's holding? Jorger?
No, Byrise.
Byrise. The snap is high, but he gets it down. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it's good. A 32-yard field goal by the Cardinals' Nick Schmidt.
Which ended up leading to Brainerd wasn't quite ready to roll over just yet, and so they started coming back on us, and so they drove back down, and yet again that quarterback keeper was just killing us. He was faking us, and we were biting, seemed like every time.
Left in the shotgun, the ball kept by the quarterback Mimic, and he breaks through the line up to the Cardinal 43-yard line.
Mimic over 100 yards rushing too. He's had a good night.
Both sides. Mimic rolling left, looking upfield. Now he's going to throw it back up in the middle. It's caught at the Cardinal 27-yard line. 10-yard line. And they're first and goal at the 10. Split 2 right, 3 right, 1 left, and the ball handed off. Nope, kept by Mimic to the right side. Mimic's going in for a touchdown.
Wow. That's the play that has been hurting us all night there. We faked to that fullback, and he keeps it and goes all the way.
And now to kick the extra point is Zach Cadwell. That would give Brainerd a 35-31 lead. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And Brainerd has regained the lead.
So finally it came to us one more time. We had time to respond again, and so we started going down. We kind of had a mix of pass and run going. We had some screens, and we started driving down for that last drive. And
double wing, Erickson in the shotgun, and he looking to throw out on the left side, gets it out to Whiting. Whiting's got some yardage. He's up first down at the 50-yard line and then pushed back. Giroux, shotgun. Erickson looking upfield, wants to throw. Now he's going to be, he breaks away from the tackle, and he's got across to the 45 to the 44-yard line and pulled down there. And Erickson wants to throw it out again, throws it out on the left side, and Whiting's got the first down as he's inside the 40-yard line to the 38. With the snap, we're down to a minute 10. And the ball given off to Giroux going to the left side. He spins away from one, gets a couple of yards inside the 25. A timeout called by the Cardinals.
We were about 25 yards out when it came to a play that we had to get a touchdown in. We had about 50 seconds left somewhere in there, and we decided to do a sweep play that kind of seemed to be our go-to for that year, and so called the sweep play to Matt Peterson, and we started going, and I remember I did a down block and hit a guy, and I knocked the guy down. I remember looking up, and Matt had just gone past me, and he had just beaten the safety to the end zone, and so I remember everyone just going nuts, and it was pretty crazy, and so that finally put us up again.
but the Cardinals have to get 23 yards to get a touchdown.
And a field goal won't do us any good right now.
Field goal doesn't do us any good. And no, they hand it off to this side. Down the right side. Peterson. He's in the end zone. Touchdown with 58 seconds to go. Matt Peterson goes 23 yards for a touchdown. And the Cardinals are back in front. 58.8 seconds.
And we were both faked out there. We didn't realize that Matt had the ball.
Not at all. Peterson, the right side for a touchdown. And there are 58.8 seconds on the clock.
All right, so Brainerd got the ball back, and it was just our job. We kind of went into a prevent defense. We were, rushing those three guys, just trying to keep the score the way it was. And so we went after the quarterback a little bit, and it ended up that basically a 3-and-out. He threw a few times, and finally we ended up, Steve Carlson ended with a sack, and I still laugh. I remember seeing the dance that he did afterwards. He kind of jumped up in the air and kind of ran up in the air, and so we finally realized that we were able to finish it up. We got the ball back, knelt the ball, and we won the game.
And the Mimic's going to throw a little screen out on the far side. Dropped out there by the receiver, Crocker, in the backfield. His ability to get away from people. Mimic rolling to the right side. He's got some time, throws it upfield, and there's going to be a pass interference there as the Cardinals hit Crocker too soon.
Yeah, no question on that one.
And they're to the 30-yard line. Back to throw is Mimic, looking to the right side. He's got a man out here, and it's incomplete as it went off the hands of Bizdock. Yeah. Now the snap, ball's on the ground, and Mimic picks it up, now throws it upfield, and it's incomplete. Cardinals couldn't quite pick it off. Oh, here they come, 3 left, 1 right. Mimic got a good snap this time. Cardinals only rushing 3. They throw it long up the right side, and it's incomplete, I believe, over on the far side. Yeah. Play here. They've got lots of people back, and they're only rushing 3. Mimic looking to throw. Now he's going to be hit, and the ball is incomplete. The Cardinals will win.
Wow.
It might even be a fumble, but I think it's a pass. It's incomplete. Cardinals will take over. 1st and 10. And the Cardinals are going to get the win here tonight, barring some unforeseen disaster. 19.4 seconds on the clock.
Well, we can just now take a knee.
Take a knee.
And
One of the main things as we wrapped up that game was that student section rushed the field. And, I remember looking around, there's just people everywhere and people screaming. And I remember that being one of my favorite moments as a Cardinal athlete. And so looking back on that, you're looking around at your teammates, your buddies. Those are the guys that you work hard for, and then you get a moment like that. That's always one of those special things.
That to kill some time on the clock, and the clock's going to run out now. Brainerd's going to let it go, and the Cardinals are going to get the win here tonight, 38-35 over the Brainerd Warriors. And it's a happy look at the kids coming out on the field. The Cardinal fans, the kids, are just out on the field, hugging and jumping and cheering on as they line up to shake hands after the game. What a huge win for the Cardinals tonight, and their fans, their kids are out there just as excited as can be about this victory tonight over the Brainerd Warriors. 38-35, a shootout here at Citizens Field, and the Cardinals with a win.
So, and one of the things that I take away from this, I've been watching, a lot of this year's team and watching you guys, and I don't know a lot of you personally, but one of the things that as I come back, I remember that as a Cardinal, I'm proud to watch you guys, proud to see you do well, and taking pride in your town. And even as if you go off to college or do things in the future, you always hear people talking about, they're an Alec person, and you know that they take pride in that and they're proud of where they're from.